Figaro, 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 Figaro. Let's see if we get those pipes going. Where's my voice? Okay, round two. Let's do it. All right, this is my favorite story, my favorite book. Uh-oh. Low battery. Boop, boop. Favorite story, Lord of the Rings. It's amazing. A lot of nostalgia around it from my dad reading it to me when I was a little kid, probably 7 or 8 years old. Still one of the most amazing things he's ever done for me. Or like they're just phenomenal characters too. Gandalf, Gollum, Aragorn, Frodo, they're all amazing. And I fully realize I'm not like, there is certainly no shortage of Lord of the Rings reviews out there on the internet. Honestly, there's probably tens of thousands over the years of reviews and critiques and people's opinions on it, which that in itself is amazing. The fact that it has captured so many people, myself included, for a story that is entirely made out of someone's mind. And there's, certainly a lot of polls from different backgrounds and spiritualities and philosophies, but at the end of the day, it's still a fiction book. And it almost seems like a lost art of sorts. Not to go old man on you, but we're very caught up these days in what is literal and true, and I can, knock on hand or wood or whatever it might be, and okay, that's why I know it's real. It's from the senses, it's real, it actually happened. There's a lot of value there. But there's a lot of value in fiction too. And there are these things that you certainly can, I won't say can't, but they're better conveyed, they're more impactful through a story. And of those tens of thousands of reviews out there, I have never seen a single person talk about my favorite line in the entire trilogy. So we're going to do that today. It comes in the last chapter of The Two Towers. It's called The Choices of Master Samwise. And again, I'm no snob. I love the movies. And in the movies, they need this like big reveal that Sam has taken the ring when Frodo thought he lost it, and he gets rescued in a tower outside of Mordor to get it back to him. But what I love about the book is there is this huge buildup and decision that has to be made by Sam to take the ring from Frodo. It's a really, really big deal to become a ring bearer. It was a massive decision on his end. To put it into context, he's just fought off Gollum from a sneak attack. He has fought off Sheila, this just thousands of year old demon spider who she's never been hurt or injured to this extent before by anyone. And like she's crawled all the way from the old world and somehow landed in Mordor. Even Sauron doesn't want to deal with her. He's okay, you're gonna go eat some orcs up the mountains. I'm not gonna touch you, do your thing. Just kind of, if that's what makes you happy, do that. But even Sauron didn't want to mess with Sheila, which is funny. But after all of that, he comes back to Frodo, believing him to be dead. And as Tolkien says, and then a black despair came down on him. And Sam bowed to the ground and drew his gray hood over his head. And night came into his heart, and he knew no more. Sam is the furthest he's ever been away from home. He and Frodo have been almost walking a tightrope. Imagine over this deep chasm. And even though they're their errand was almost unattainable. It still seems, throughout the whole time, it seems like there's just this sliver of security and direction, because they've got a guide, they have a mission, and they have each other. All at once, those just disappear. And Sam is just left in the abyss. What is he gonna do? Turn home? Turning home, he would have to go all the way back through the caves, down the stairs of Cirith Ungol, through the dead marshes, over the plains, Lorien, gotta go up the Misty Mountains. I don't think he wants to go down them. Rivendell to Bree, then all the way back to the Shire. He would never make it. There is no undoing where Sam has been, nor blaming the decision that he's made. I think that Aragorn and Gandalf were probably the only ones in the Fellowship who really knew what they were signing up for. And I'll tell you what, that happens a lot in life, where you agree to something and you're confident and you know that you can see it through. But if you actually knew what it would take, you're down the line, you're out in the middle of the ocean, and then you start questioning yourself. And there's a part of you that's just, there's no way I would have agreed to sign up for this if I knew this is where I'd be. Despite all that, his decision to move forward is even worse. It's an even scarier prospect to take the ring all the way to the crack of doom. And this is the beauty of fiction. This is why it's important. Because it articulates this deep truth that is a rite of passage in the human experience. And that experience is one of being in way over your head. It's just all rising up in front of you. The world collapses beneath your feet. There's no going forward, there's no going back, and you just feel trapped. What do you do? He thought of places behind where there was a black brink and an empty fall into nothingness. There was no escape that way. That was to do nothing, not even to grieve. That was not what he had set out to do. What am I to do then? He cried again. And now he seemed plainly to know the hard answer. See it through. Another lonely journey, and the worst. What? Me all alone to the crack of doom and all? He quailed still, but the resolve grew. What? Me take the ring from him? The council gave it to him. But the answer came back at once. And the council gave him companions, so that the errand should not fail. And you are the last of all the company, and the errand must not fail. I wish I wasn't the last, he groaned. I wish old Gandalf was here, or somebody. Why am I left all alone to make up my mind? I'm sure to go wrong. And it's not for me to go taking the ring, putting myself forward. But you haven't put yourself forward. You've been put forward. And as for not being the right or proper person, why, Mr. Frodo wasn't, as he might say, nor Mr. Bilbo. They didn't choose themselves. Why am I left all alone to make up my mind? there's going to be a point in your life where you realize that you're the only one that can steer it. Could be preceded by a tragedy or build up over time. That's my personal experience, a slow burn of sorts. But hopefully you're lucky enough to come to understand that you're the captain of your own ship. This vessel that you've been gifted, it's your body and your mind. They're entirely in your control, regardless of the conditions that surround you. No one else can or should live your life for you. You have free will. Now, you might not like that reality, and that is Sam's immediate response. Almost, he's bemoaning the fact, like, why? Why am I left all alone? And it's funny how he's even like this gut reaction to cry out for, I wish Gandalf were here. I wish I had this guide that could just tell me, what do I need to do? Why am I left here all alone? It's an intimidating realization about who you are and what your life should be when all support falls away. And some people always have this support system, guiding their choices through religion, philosophy, or even a rejection of all that together. But here's the thing. Maybe life is better with a system. Even not, you still have to make a decision about what that is. Why are we left all alone, and why do we have to make this decision? And I love, it's a two-part line, and it rolls right into, why am I left all alone? To make up my mind. Not make down my mind, but make up my mind. And it's this thought that by making up, we are creators. We can build and choose where it is we want to go at any given moment. And there are plenty of characters. It's a deep theme in this trilogy, in this book, in this story of destiny and people living into that, what they were meant to be, this ideal of what they could be. But that's still destiny though. That's still like almost outside of your control. And at the very same time, Sam has to make a decision. He still has to decide whether or not he takes the worst path forward with the ring and goes to the crack of doom all alone. And it's just these two life forces smashing into each other at Sam's lowest moment. When he's squeezed in the middle, what do? See it through. You see it through because there's always a way forward. It's a great story. I love it very much. Hope that you enjoy it too.